everybody, and welcome to the How Do You View You podcast with your host, Griffinstein. Today we have TJ Sykes, author, candied man, lover, not a fighter, but he'll beat you up. No, I'm just introduce yourself to the people and just let them know a little bit about yourself.
All right, for sure. Yeah, my name is TJ Sykes. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Richmond, California. I'm a published author. I have my own candy walnut business called Devine Treats. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I like going on bike rides and hikes. If you want to go on a date,
You're looking. So these are the treats. Do they go online? Is it Divine?
I don't have a website right now, but I do have a Instagram page for them, so you can connect with me on there.
What is it?
_ Devine Treats 2020.
And then they can get a delivery or find out where you
either drop them off if they local or ship them.
Candy walnuts. I saw one say blueberry on it.
Yep. So we got blueberry blessings, strawberry bliss, and calming apple cinnamon. Wow. That's right here. We have 2 other flavors that's not here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are those 2?
Chocolate infused with sea moss, and then maple.
That sea moss is gonna go. Everybody gonna. Yeah. All right, y'all get your sea moss. I don't know what it does, but it does something for arthritis and all that inflammation you got in your body.
Right. It gives you the 102 minerals that the body needs.
Just in sea moss?
Yeah. No, 92 actually. It gives you 92 minerals.
Wow. You know, people talk, and I know a hamburger from McDonald's don't give you much. I would be curious to see what a study on mineral and vitamin deficiency looks like.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think it would look like a lot of people
that's walking around. Yeah, including ourselves.
Myself. Definitely. I try. Mine's is candy. Mine's is gummies. So I take those every day because it's my only sugar that I really can intake, really. So I look forward to mine. But I've been eating good. So it's like, I might not even need the damn vitamins.
Yeah.
That's what I was really alluding to. But broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. Some cabbage is cruciferous, and cauliflower. I ain't eating all that.
You talking about only those with something else?
Only those with chicken. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, with chicken and no. Yeah, chicken and fish. No. I mean, since February, I lost 80 pounds. So it's just figuring out what I need to eat and what I don't need to eat. And some of that stuff is delicious. But, the thing is, it's a lot of dudes that I know died this past in 2020. None of them was shot. They was all by the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It was diabetes. One dude almost had a heart attack. It's just we not eating right. But everybody want to talk about we killing each other in the streets. McDonald's. That Carl's Jr. specialist was killing you. So anyway, published author, Section 8.
Yes, sir.
What's that all about? Available on Amazon. I want y'all to know that. Available on Amazon.
Yep. And Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble.
Yep. The main site that I published it through was lulu.com, so you can get it there as well. Section 8 started off as a poem that I had wrote, and at the time it was one of my favorite poems because I had just started to really get into writing because I had always been a writer and I had never really put too much energy into it.
Yeah.
And so I was starting to go to writing workshops and get feedback on poems to where I can go back to a poem and really clean it up and have it read and flow the way that I wanted it to. And so I was reading that one day and I was just like, damn, this is a dope poem. And it really embodied a lot of the things that I've been through in low-income housing, living in Kennedy Manor, and a lot of the things that I've seen and a lot of the stories that I heard from elders and neighbors and family members. And so that one poem really just embodied everything that I've seen, from guns to shootouts to shootouts where our children are at parks and things like that. And then some of the things that my family went through personally, like my brother that's doing a life sentence in prison right now. and been gone for about 10 years. To my father, who had 2 strokes, one in 90s, in the late 90s, and one in the early 2000s, talking about that. And just, and really just embodying all of that. And some of the small things that we don't talk about that goes on in low income housing. Like, for example, you can walk out your home and see fresh sewage, like the pipes aren't working, or the roaches that's in the walls, or the mold that's in the walls. And they still expect people that's in low income to pay all of that rent. So just really was like bringing my thoughts to the paper, and I was really appreciative of what came out from that. And then once I had read it to 2 of my coworkers they visual artists. So when I read it, they seen it. And so
that says a lot though.
Yeah. And so when I read it, they're like, we need to make a book out of this. And I'm one of them people that if you give me if I give you an idea and we can make it better by me just sharing it to you, then we own it. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm curious to know if you're gonna do a Section 8 mini movie.
I need to. I need to.
We can do that at Dark Network 2020 Vision. Rave is a visionary. He can get that done. But yeah, we can. Is it in verse?
What you mean?
Is the book in verse? Like, does it rhyme as it goes, or it's really just a story based on that poem?
It's like a story based on the poem, but you can clearly turn it into a scene though.
No, I mean like like a big poem where it rhymes throughout the whole book.
Oh no.
Yeah. I just want to know if it was in verse.
Like you can take a one page and be like, all right, we can use that, and then take this page.
Gotcha.
Or you can take the pages and put them in different orders,
and they still go.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna have to read that.
Yeah, you'll still be able to.
I'm curious about that. So, what is there a Section 8 too, or are you working on another book?
This next book, I wouldn't say it's a Section 8 too, but I would say, I'll say this. I say everything that I do, I would say grew from Section 8.
Gotcha.
So from my lived experience in Section 8, so it's all a contribution to that lived experience. But this next one is 26 poems. I got 26 poems.
Wow.
And then I have an additional poem that my brother wrote me straight from the prison, and he sent it to me. And I decided to put that in the book as an addition.
Yep.
And I was able to get a visual piece created for that poem already.
Is that what you did the other day?
Which one? What do you mean?
You said you did a session the other day. Where you
no.
Oh, that was a different poem? Okay.
Yeah, so the way that my mind be working, it's like everything starts to so everything is connected, bro. Like, and once we start to see that, everything start to kind of flow more easily. And what I mean by that is, all right, so boom, I have 26 poems, right? Within that is one poem called Devine, right? From that poem, I got Devine Treats. Because when I had a young person that I work with create this image for that poem, then I used that image for my brand. So everything just started to, I'm like, oh man, I can do this.
I'm gonna tell you, if the way we did the network, that's how it happens. You start talking, and if you see everything as an opportunity, that shit is gonna be working. But people don't see everything as an opportunity. They see everything as a flat tire or a bad thing, and that's. I used to be that way. Like every time, oh man, we gonna go to the beach. Oh, y'all probably gonna step on some glass or something. Y'all just gonna. It's because I'm so tired of people like that, man. I'm tired of that life. I'm tired of that. Won't you say something good? Oh, I hope y'all have fun, man. I hope y'all see, hope y'all win.
Hope you see a dolphin.
Yeah.
A whale.
Yeah, do that. Some people be like, it's the grace of God. And I can't really do that because it's people that are dipped in the grace of God that still see everything negative. I know that. Yeah. I know that because they telling me what I shouldn't be doing, or they telling me dark is bad. I'm telling you, no, it's not. It stands for defining art, respect, and knowledge. What's bad about that?
Right.
Oh well, God said the dark. I said, all right. You're not the person I need to talk to. Right. So yeah, when you say that, if you looking for these, ooh, I should have did that. When you looking for these, actually, you don't even have to look for them. That shit it connects.
They'll say like, it's like it fell from the sky. But that's the universe.
That's the universe giving you what you asked for.
The universe is dark. And that's infinite information in the universe. Some stuff that people that got billions of dollars is trying to figure out, but they'll never figure it out.
They'll never figure it out.
That
money rush or that money, there's a difference for making a living and gluttony. So I know what I want. If I had $2 million, which I will make, I can go to my ranch or my farm, whatever I choose to do, and then I'm going to do sunflower seeds. I'm going to make ducks. I'm going to get ducks. I already know what I'm going to do. I don't need $100 million to do that. That chase will kill you. That chase will kill it'll kill everything in your connection with the universe, I feel like. Because you're going against nature.
You never stop.
It won't stop. Because it's an insatiable, it's greed.
It's like, I got $1 million now, I need 50
million. And you don't. That's what's so crazy about it. So I'm glad that, I'm not glad, but it's good to hear somebody that's, not trying to, everything is not an opportunity to get over on your brother or your sister or a stranger for that matter. It's still all bad juju. You can't get over on anyone. But I like this. I think I'm gonna try the cinnamons and
the blueberry.
Yeah, I'm thinking blueberry, but I think I like that.
Don't worry, I'll
that
give
chocolate
3
dream.
for the price of 2.
Oh yes, good. But I'm looking forward to that. So I had a question about the we call it a poetry scene. Is it what do y'all call it? A poetry collective?
I call it poetry scene.
Okay.
Open mics.
Is there an open mic poetry collective in Richmond that, if not, are you about to start it?
That I'm a part of.
I'll be your first member.
Man, right now.
So what do you think it would take to make poetry more forefront?
Right
now? Because, rap is poetry. Not what everybody do. Because if you just saying, I got a bad bitch 417 times on the beat, I don't count that. Personally, I don't count that.
Right.
But if you trying to put words together where you trying to convey an idea or even an emotion, I count it as far as rap. So what would you think it would take for poetry to become like I don't want to even compare it to rap, but just a true scene where people respected it more and knew exactly where their local poet was?
You talking about even if it was just on a local basis? Like
just what my plan is just to do Richmond. We're gonna worry about Richmond first. That shit will echo out. I think people get too caught up in, man, I want to go nationwide. Well, let's just let it burn. Let it slow burn in your city. And then you slow burn through Oakland. Don't skip El Cerrito. You know what I'm saying? Just let it slow burn. And I think the work ethic, because people want it fast, that's all. It's going to take a second. Anyway, I would like for people that's using their brain, I think they should get paid. I think poetry get paid. I know it's some people that don't want to be paid like that, but what do you think it would take for a poet's scene or a collective to take off?
I think here in Richmond, we need a consistent space to have open mics and consistent people who will facilitate those open mics.
Got you.
And I don't think it necessarily have to be the same 2 people. Say, for example, if we started an open mic, I don't think it had to be me and you facilitating every week. Maybe it could rotate because people get tired of doing it every week.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So I think that would be helpful because it's a lot of dope young people that's younger than me that are poets in Richmond right now. They just don't have the space. And so a lot of what they've been doing right now is just using the virtual platforms to get their voices out there. Just like certain trainings, popping up to certain trainers or certain organizations reaching out to organizations like youth-led organizations.
Oh, okay.
Because I work for Rise Center here in Richmond, And so it's certain organizations that reach out to our organization because they know we work with young people that do poetry, that rap, that create videos. And it's like, oh, I need a video. Can we pay y'all this much to create a video for us? Or can we pay y'all this much to perform before our training?
Oh, okay.
And et cetera. And
so, I'm telling you that we could do your video. Nigga, y'all do videos. Well, the offer still stands. So, every time you don't want to have to do it. But okay, I see what you're saying. We can do that. So here at CoBiz, they have, this is crazy because I just thought about it. They have these 25 earphones, but the one person has they can hear that one person. So he has the mic set up. So to get the separation, we can go up on the roof or we can go to a park. Somebody just have to get the earphones from them and bring them back, but everybody have a chance to talk.
Oh, so the MC will have the main headphones with the mic.
And then when you walk up, you pass it.
Wow.
We wash it off. We can make the COVID thing so we can have that space. And that shit can be on Eventbrite and we can videotape it. It's not impossible. Complicated at all. No, it's just knowing the people. That's what the whole thing of that O-Card thing is our community as a resource. You don't even know what this dude can do until you really talk to him. Yeah. You just don't know. So, they got 25 of those, and then you can do that in different spaces. We can go to Keller's Park. We can go up on the roof, Sunset. We can go, and we be selling these up with 2 tables up there, 3-4 tables.
And that's dope because that's similar to a silent party. They do silent. So they do silent parties. They probably don't do them right now at this time, but they've done silent parties where everybody got headphones. The DJ is DJing, and then he got one song playing over here and one song playing over here, and then you got your headphones where you can switch to stations. What? Yeah, so he'll have reggae over here and hip hop over here. You can switch it back and forth to whichever one you want to do.
They should be doing that right now. I gotta see what these earphones cost because that would be a trip to watch. People dancing with no music on. Well, we couldn't hear it because I didn't have earphones on. But that'd be raw. Actually, that'd be raw.
It'd be cracking. I've been to one with some young people, and it was dope.
Really?
It was dope. It was really safe.
That's good.
It was really safe.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, we can do that. And we don't even have to do that. We can do almost anything. We could do where the same thing, but just like a live feed where everybody can listen on their phones. And then that person come up. Still getting the separation, but in a place where we can all relax. So I'll talk to you, and then we can start one for the summer. I don't know what this Corona thing gonna do, but we know
what we gonna do.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like y'all trying. Yeah, man, the world is crazy.
Make a way. We're gonna make a way.
And I'm tired. What I'm tired of is just people that always make excuses. It was people that through this pandemic. I said I was born in this pandemic. I mean, the people that fell away, it was little things too. It was like little things, like why my check is a little late.
Yeah,
yo, check is a little late.
They grew up off that.
You should already
lay away.
Man, I don't
lay away.
You can't let little things deter you. But I tell you what, you already know this. But when you want to do something, can't nobody really stop you. I saw a dude build a car out of matchsticks. I saw a dude build a go-kart out of a shopping cart. Is when you really got something in your mind, ain't nobody gonna be able to get you out of there. So if you ain't hustling, then you the only one. If you allowing somebody else, oh no, I was waiting on such and such. Well, that's your bad thing.
I'll find another way. I'll be like, man.
Yeah. In the meantime,
I was supposed to do a podcast over here, but I'm finna go do that podcast.
Do this podcast over here. I'm gonna start my own.
I'm gonna go live on Instagram.
Every day. Every day. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just get into it. Because that's what it was with my podcast. It was like, man, I want to do a podcast. Man, I want to tell Trav Lyrics said, nigga, do it. I'll be your first guest. And I was like,
now you got to show up.
Yeah, I got to do it.
Yeah.
Which I did. Now this is episode 24. Once a month. So I'm just saying, it's got to just keep, I'm doing 60. 5 years and then I'm retiring to my ranch. I'm raising ducks and shooting pistols. That's all I'm doing. For real, man. Oh, I want to do sunflower seeds. I want to do Really lightly salted sunflower seeds.
Well, put me some watermelons out there, man.
Man, yeah, for sure. Because I'm trying to get 2 acres up in Oroville.
Okay.
Yeah, so shit.
That's where the popcorn came from.
Man, that's where a lot of this shit finna come from. Because I want to make a lot of other stuff. So that's why I like this, and I'll talk to you about it later. Because it's just yeah, we'll get that going. We'll get a collective going so that everybody. Do you have like other partners? That's
absolutely. All right, so look, it's a group of people called Raw Talent, Richmond Artists with Talent.
Wow.
Right? That was started before me, probably like 2006 or 2005.
Gotcha.
Started at Making Waves.
Oh.
And so it's a few people up in there: Dante, Clark, DeAndre Evans, Nyabinga, Sierra, Denise. It's a lot of people that's associated with this specific group. And a lot of us are spread out. And some people are like, oh, yeah, Raw Talent dead. Yeah and no. No, because you have a TJ Sykes that's building his brand out. No, because you have a Jemiah Walker that's building her brand out. She has a book and a nonprofit called Daddyless Daughters. No, because you have a Dante Clark that has a book and it has a film about Richmond, Romeo is Bleeding, and it's about to drop another book this February. So no, Richmond, it's not dead. Raw Talent ain't dead. It's still here in full effect. We just not. So we not just in Richmond no more. We nationwide.
That's even better though.
You know what I mean? And so now I look at it like now we done created a network. Like like if you're in a sorority or a fraternity.
Exactly.
When you go to Texas, you got a brother over there. So when you come to Texas, come to my house. You ain't gotta buy no Airbnb.
And you safe.
You know what I mean? And so that's where we at. We spread it out, and we can tap on our brothers and sisters when we need to.
That's good. That's all. That's good. Y'all should start a charter with that though, because I know it's a lot of what I really would like to see is, unfortunately, there's a stigma with rappers, and people assume that rappers are lazy and dumb and this, that, and the third, and it may be true, but it's lazy football players. It's lazy everything.
Yeah.
But I wish that people would, when they daughter or they son say, I want to be a rapper, sit down to them and talk to them. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? Because if you can count bars, if you can put songs together, you got a talent.
Yeah.
So I just wish people would just encourage that talent. But at the same time, let them know that we ain't putting all the eggs in one basket. Yeah. So you can rap, but you need to be a mathematician, or you need to figure out how to do this. I'm not really one for jobs. I mean, I know you got to do what you got to do to get your money, but maybe I'll tell them. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Because I wish somebody, when I was like 15, 16, encouraged me to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a geologist. It's crazy. I just liked rocks, and then the rocks tell a story.
Absolutely.
My daddy told me, nigga, please, ain't no money in no geologist. And what is a geologist? He didn't even know what a geologist, because I think he was thinking geography. He said, what you want to do? You want to fly all over the world? I'm like, yeah, I do want to fly all over the world and look at rocks.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that want now, but I wasn't encouraged. So I guess what I'm saying is y'all work with young people. Mm-hmm. How does that encouragement come? What are these kids wanting to be? Do they have hope?
That is a good question. So there are some of our young folks that they don't have hope. I was working with a young man for like 4 years that recently was killed here in Richmond. His name was Eric Galliana, and he didn't really care too much about living or dying. Like it was like, well, if I wake up tomorrow, then I'm gonna do what I need to do for the day. I'm gonna deal with it, yeah. But if I don't, then it don't matter. But what I would say is that I had a conversation with a young sister. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I was talking to her, and I asked her that. I was like, "What? You got any hobbies?" And she said, "Nah, I don't really have any hobbies. I don't really know what I want to do or whatever." I was like,
how old is he?
She about 16.
She should know.
And she from Richmond.
Oh, okay.
And but the thing about it is, a lot of our young folks don't grow up having conversations with their parents at all.
Yeah.
And so, how do you find out how to even try to start looking for something, right? And so within that conversation, I was like, because she was like, after she said that, so my thing is that if a young person can't relate to you on any level, they're not gonna talk to you about nothing. Which she was expressing to me about someone else.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you. I was like, God damn.
I knew the power of the conversation by the way of what she started to say as the conversation went on. It was starting to get deeper and deeper, like, oh nah, because I don't really do this and do that. And because so we started off by talking about her therapist. She like, I got a therapist, it's a white woman. I don't like her. She seemed hella weird. She be laughing at her every time she talks. She laugh or snicker. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I feel you. I wouldn't talk to her ass neither.
Oh, I wouldn't talk to her.
I wouldn't talk to her. And I share with her, like, boom, this is an entry point for me to speak on my experience with therapy. I said, look, man, every therapist I done had as an adult been black. I'm not going to no white therapist. They can't understand who I am. They don't understand my lived experience. Nothing. So I'm not even finna be talking to no white person in no room about nothing that I'm going through. Cause what can a white person tell me if I said, man, I just left this house, the house got shot up? They don't know, because they ain't never experienced no shit like that.
They were like, he was in this shootout.
Well, who's your friends that you was with? What's their names? Bruh. That don't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now.
Now I don't trust
you. Yeah. I'm telling you that I'm traumatized right now from this experience. You talking about who was I with?
You asking about assailants.
Yeah. What kind of car was y'all in? Like, you know what I mean? And so I just shared that experience to let her know that it's all right that you even have a therapist. You know, because a lot of times
that's a step.
We not there.
No, that's a step.
And so within that conversation, I was also asked her, like, would it be all right if I tried to connect you with a black therapist? And she was like, yeah.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And so another part of that conversation, I started to share the things that led me up to where I am now, like in that job. Like, all right, well, I had to become, I was a janitor. I was working in the food industry for a little while. I did canvassing, and I was working for the city council around times of election. I was doing environmental work. I planted about 500 trees here in Richmond. They flew me to Texas. We did some work in Texas when I was like 16 years old. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I'm like, these are the things, little sis. So I had to try all of these things, even though some of these things I didn't like, but I had to try something to figure out something that I like. And eventually I got to where I am now, which is working with young people and re-entering the juvenile hall on the other side of the door. You know what I mean? And that was crazy to me, to walk into the juvenile hall where I used to be here in wearing what y'all wearing. And so now I'm working with young people that's in juvenile hall and working with young people that's on probation and get to share my experience with them so I can connect, so I can better help them.
That's good. I mean, because I think that's where a lot of us need to be, is going to juvenile hall. Do y'all accept volunteers, or is this your job? So because I know you got to get some kind of clearance.
Yeah, it's through our organization.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Man, I mean, because I know that me and Raven would probably be interested in going in there and talking. I've never even thought about just going in there and asking them. Why would they tell us no?
Right. Now it's virtual. You can connect with the young people virtually. So because that's what we've been doing for the last few sessions, is we've been working virtually. We got to work through Zoom. And so now it's probably even easier.
So is it for them? Is it mandatory for them, or is it only the people that want to go? Because it's boring in there. So I know they would want to just do
exactly. So it's a certain amount of young people that I think it's like 8 that the max that we can have, and then they get to. Ultimately, I believe the staff get to pick the ones who are able to go. But
that makes sense.
Also, got to be young people that want to come too.
Yeah.
Because if they don't want to come, then they don't have to.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
So the last cohort that we had, it was about 6 young people, and then once they finished the day sessions, of course they went back and told the unit. So the staff been like, they ready. Get ready for the next session.
Wow. So what did let's put it this way. If the dark network and, you know, all the people like, you know, Sincere and Nicole and Levette, all of these people want to do, if we wanted to help, because I'm trying to think of a way where they could come out and then they could come to us here to learn how to at least do this kind of stuff. But I guess we in the same kind of business though, because y'all doing almost the same thing we doing.
Yeah, but you know what? I think right now is the perfect time for y'all to figure out if y'all can create a pitch to go in there right now. Because then y'all get to capture their attention and then let them know once they get out that they can come right here.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't even think they have school right now, if I'm not mistaken. So I think now is the perfect time to.
So they just sitting in there ruminating. That's not good at all. Because now they just sitting there thinking about who they going to get when they get back out, or how much they not going to do what they said they not going to do when they get out here and then ain't nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Anyway. All right. That's.
So I would say.
I got to fix that.
I think y'all.
I'm going to work on that.
Y'all got action right now. And then it's not that many programs up in there like that.
All right, welcome to the Translucent Podcast once again.
And my lane is the positive music. You know, a lot of... Network.
Anyway.
That's sad.
I know when I was in juvenile hall in Oakland back in 2006, they had a poetry program that I was a part of.
Really?
Yep, they did. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember it very vividly, and I remember like, dang, this dope. Even to be in there, but to be out of your room, because for me, from my experience, just to come out your room, it's like, PE,
let's do it. Yeah.
Because in 2006 in Alameda County Juvenile Hall, your bathroom wasn't in your room. You had to come out your room to use the bathroom. You had to come out your room to use the shower. And Alameda County Juvenile Hall had right there on 150th. They had the showers like the prison. When you take a shower, you and everybody else, it's one pole that spray out and all.
Like gym.
Yeah. And they had that little window. They had a little window where all the staff can just look at y'all take a shower.
That sounds like child porn.
Sound crazy.
I guess it ain't.
Sound crazy.
When you lose your rights, you can be.
It was a lawsuit though.
I bet it should have been because they kids.
They should have been way more lawsuits than what it was. I think the lawsuit that really hit them was because when we got strip search, like we was in prison, get naked in front of everybody, bend over, cough, that style at 16, 17. So it was a lawsuit for that, but I don't know if it was a lawsuit for everything.
Did you get anything for it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
At that time, I was staying with my pops, and my auntie was taking care of us at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably went to rent or something, you know.
Because like I say, that old car, it can be bent to that. Because we got packages where they can talk about what their passion is and what you ain't got nothing but time. Work through these packages.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Thank you. Thank you. I will do that.
Let me know.
Yeah, I definitely will. Because that I like that poetry program, even if it's just or a math program or anything. It's something that we can do, even if we just doing it over Zoom. It still count. Yeah. I think it still counts. It's interaction with people that care about you or will care about you if you act like you care about yourself. That's the only thing I think would be my problem. Is that I have a problem with people that don't even care about themselves. So it's like, why should I care about you if you don't care about yourself? And now that you bring it up as a child, it's because nobody ever cared about me.
Right.
Like, I'm fucking up. I can't say that.
And the thing about like that I had to look at with working with young people who don't care about themselves is that you have to treat them as though it's like a baby. Like you got to teach them. Even it don't matter how old they is. They could be 21, but the brain has not completely developed because of these things that they've been through, whether it's a trauma or something they've seen or a whooping or the brain, it stops developing at certain points when your mama beat you and tell you to shut up, or your daddy yelling at you and telling you a pump.
You start believing it, then you stun it. Because there's no room for growth. It's not growth. That's punishment. That's trauma. That's trauma. That's the main thing, though. Do you have a group of Black therapists, or you just know some Black therapists, or is there like a group that will? Because we're gonna need Black therapists for this thing we doing. It's no way around it.
Well, I know a few Black therapists, and I know they know Black therapists, so we can definitely.
Therapy is can you not write it off? Is therapy a legitimate medical thing? Like I'm saying, if I have coverage,
yeah,
therapy is covered.
My medical cover therapy.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good. I think people need to know. Remember that you can go get therapy. You don't have to.
The twist about the medical part is that sometimes you have to ask them for, like, I don't remember the exact name, but it's like culturally relevant therapist or something like that. So you can get a Black therapist opposed to going to Jake from State Farm.
I know, man. That shit is crazy.
Somebody who don't understand you and trying to
and judging you.
Antidepressants. No
drugs.
I don't need that.
So with the ride and the Devine and the books and all your other, the Ramasai Collective, the poetry.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in like 5, 6, 10 years? If everything go exactly like you wanted, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself, you said 10 years?
10
years, all right. I see myself owning a home. Not sure where at, but I want at least 4-bedroom home, 2-car garage with a Corvette. And
old Corvette, new Corvette? Stingray, like the 70s? Okay.
Not too
2000s?
Maybe Stingray-ish, but not too new.
Okay.
Because the body's starting to get too big and stuff.
Yeah. They low as shit too. Like they lower than this. I was like, I can't get in there. Yeah.
Nice backyard, wife, and about 2-3 kids. 10 years, yeah, because I'll be 38. So I want some kids.
By then, yeah,
at least one. So that's as far as the home. What I'll be doing, I know my walnut business will be successful, and I'll probably have a plethora of employees by that time, because this is a multi-million-dollar industry right here that we're looking at. And so that's that piece. As far as artistry, I'll be traveling the world performing. Performing, whether it's poetry, acting, comedy, or all three, doing that, as well as doing trainings for folks.
Got you.
I'll be speaking at least one more language.
For sure. You got one in mind?
Spanish off top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good start.
That is a good. That's 10 years. Because then you can sit back and then start
thinking about the next 10.
Because that next 10 is that's why I lean back, because that's the put your feet on. That company can run itself, and then now you just doing what you think is fun, which would be just performing, flying around the country. So
that's gonna be easy.
That's talk shit, swallow spit. I mean, because some people have that way where they can just turn on. I have to learn it. That's why I started this podcast. I don't have a good. Well, maybe now, but I didn't never have a good. I wasn't around people. I wasn't comfortable. It's like I just didn't feel like talking. I felt like where's the video game? Assassin's Creed, goddamn Call of Duty, leave me alone. I don't need this. And it was food that I also was overdoing. So that's why I started this podcast, because I was like, you can't start a revolution if you can't even talk to people. Yeah. People don't even understand you. You need to learn what people are talking about and how people feel about certain stuff. So that's why I started the podcast, is so that I could start myself a network. Yeah. But really, and still grow what we need to do in Richmond. I'm focusing on Richmond.
One person
so,
at a time.
Yep, one person, one block.
24 people in.
And man, do you know that 20? Yeah, and people don't. That's why I keep talking about math all the time, because that's what I am. I'm a mathematician. No, I didn't go to school for it, but I knew I was a mathematician when I was working on the algebra problem all night. Right. I'm talking 8 at night till 8:30 in the morning, and didn't get sleepy once. So I'm working on all of these problems, and it wasn't fun, but
just wanted to figure it out.
I just wanted to figure it out. And then once I got it, I backwards did it. So I was still working on the same problem, so that I knew I had the formula right. That shit was, I did it. It's no way around it. So I think that's why I say, when you say, yeah, I got this and that I can do this in 10, because you're going to be sitting pretty. You're going to be sitting pretty. And that's good. That's good. Now, what I will talk to you about one day is a duplex versus a house. Because a duplex is, the American dream is crazy. So they say, get a job, get your house, get your kids. Mm. And I'm not disrespecting nothing you're saying. It's just, that's slavery. Truthfully, if I went and worked, which I am, working for a certain company, had my house, I got these bills now. I cannot stop working or I lose where I live. The only thing that's important to us, really, when you really boil it down, is house, clothing, and shelter. Yeah. Wait, I said house, clothing, and shelter? That's wrong. Food, clothing, and shelter. Food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah. Food, clothing, and health insurance. A lot of people can't leave the job that they're at. Right. Because even with entrepreneurship, because they said I'm on high blood pressure medicine. Well, yeah. Or I'm pre-diabetic. I can't not take these drugs. I bet you can. Yeah. I bet you can. But so that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to get everybody health insurance where they can do their entrepreneurial thing. It's hard to work an 8-hour job and still come home and work 10 hours on that. Yeah, for sure. So it's a good thing, though. I like your 10-year plan. It sounds like you'll be sitting where you want to sit and making your own rules, which is always good. Yeah. Might not be sitting, might just be flying. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good, though. It's all good. Because hopefully this will be done by then. But because I got a couple countries I need to touch. Man, I'm trying to get to Madagascar. I'm trying to get to, I want to go to Egypt, but it's kind of fading for me. It is mystic, though. What you trying to, in Japan? What are you trying to get to? I want to go to the Dominican Republic. I think the first country that I'm going to go to, because I've never been out the country, is Colombia, because I got a friend out there who told me to come out there. Wait, but Colombia touches Panama, though, right? It's all down there at the same... I don't even know. I want to go to Panama also. Oh, yeah. I'll go there, too. I'm really open. Yeah, you know what I didn't know? I read it was a documentary. I didn't know the Dominican Republic is touching Haiti. I didn't know Haiti and Dominican Republic was they don't border. Like people in Dominican Republic hate when they walk over because they like, well, what you doing over here? Yeah. So because Haiti is the poor people, so when I think of Dominicans, I think of black people, but they say it's not. There's a hierarchy there. So I didn't know it was that, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna correct it if I'm wrong. I always put shit that if I say that nigga was wrong, let me tell you what he really meant. So I think it's touching. I think it's a border. Okay. And it's crazy that Dominican Republic is a destination, but on the other side of the island or on the other side of the land, isthmus or whatever, it's a peninsula. I don't know if it's a peninsula. There's people eating nothing. But that's the other thing. You say you speak Spanish in Colombia. It's different than in Mexico, which is different dialects. And then they'll judge you by that. Yeah. So different dialects. They're like, you stupid. Yeah, you one of those. Like, what you mean? No, tell me the right word. But yeah, I think that's a good thing. We're gonna work on that poetry collective. Any future
Energy.
Devine Treats coming? Like, you gonna do almonds, or is it just a nut based thing, or is it walnuts is what?
Nah, it's gonna be walnuts and more.
So walnuts have a what is it, walnuts? Why walnuts? Like, is it more nutritious than other nuts, or more available, or?
So walnuts is the first nuts that I had that was candy like this, because it was somebody who was doing this before me, and then they stopped. And I was working at this herb shop called Naturally Herbs in Richmond, and
On McDonald?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so the brother that was doing it, he stopped. But whenever he would make them, they would sell out every time. So one of the owners showed me how to make the chocolate ones, because that was one of the main flavors that they made at the time.
So, not to be disrespectful at all, but if you do something and it sells out every time, why would you stop doing it?
I don't know.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's why I started doing it.
Yeah, I just didn't. When you said it, I'm sitting there like, well, why would you stop? And it's crazy. People ask the universe all the time, man, all I need is this. Man, if you give me this, and then it steps up in front of you. Not saying that's what the owner did, not at all. But I'm just saying, I've seen where people say, man, all I need is just to get this.
Yeah.
Well, this was placed in front of you. This can be sold. You can do this. But they don't do it. They just decide on other things. But yeah, because I'm thinking of almonds.
Yeah. So I'll be doing some almonds.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of folks that been asking about almonds too. But walnuts is good in protein too.
Yeah.
Good protein source.
The best?
The best? Like far as walnuts, nuts. I think one that would be a little bit better than walnuts is Brazil nuts.
I always like Brazil nuts.
Yeah. Because
but you don't see them all the time.
Selenium in them as well.
Selenium.
Yeah. And that selenium helps with healthy skin.
Oh, okay. Selenium with an S?
Yeah. SELENIUM.
Selenium. Huh. All right. Yeah. Oh, and macadamia nuts. I know that's gonna be the gold wrap package, but but yeah, that's good. Shit.
Yeah, man.
That's already 50 minutes, man.
So that I've been thinking about that. I'm gonna also do some brownies.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you already got the nuts.
Yeah. So nuts, brownies.
And I like this packaging. It's
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's clean, and it's like boom. You stick the sticker on, so that means you can buy these in bulk. I like that. I like that a lot.
Eventually, I'm gonna get custom bags to where the whole logo is just all around it.
Yeah.
And the whole bag is yellow and purple. But you gotta start where you start off at.
You gotta start.
And then you figure it out.
Yep. And that should be the logo. I mean the lingo of everywhere, where you start it.
Yeah.
Just start it. Get it off the ground. I like it. I like everything you got going on. If the dark network can help you in any way, let us know.
So for me, I want to connect back to what we was talking about earlier in terms of I forget what exactly it was. I think it was around people not having hope.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that one thing that come up for me when I think about that is self-care and self-wellness. So one of the things that I always try to focus on throughout my life is keeping my mental health strong. And so I do that by utilizing these different self-care practices, like meditation, yoga, going on hikes, riding bikes, eating different fruits and vegetables, and just eating the way I eat in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't eat any meat or dairy. And that's my choice. Not to say that that's the healthiest choice for everybody. But yeah, I've always been like that, because two things that fuel me to live like this is, one is family health history.
Yeah.
And then my mother passed from a brain aneurysm. And so growing up, I had migraines in middle school, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And so I would go to the doctor, and they would give me like ibuprofen. That shit didn't help.
Not for a migraine.
I had to make them give me a CAT scan. I'm like, bro, I keep having headaches. Can y'all give me a CAT scan, see if there's something going on with my brain? And they did the CAT scan, nothing didn't show up. So when I started drinking water primarily, I stopped having headaches. I haven't had a headache in maybe 10 years.
Jesus.
And I done been drinking within that time or whatever, but I try to drink water more than anything else. That's the main fluid that I drink. I might drink some 100% apple juice or apple cider, but been drinking water, and that's kind of what fueled me. Like on my mama's side, all of her aunties had strokes, and she got 6 aunties.
That's a lot.
Every one of them had strokes. Some of them had more than one stroke. And so just thinking, for me, I'm like, bruh, I do not want to have a stroke.
No.
You feel me? So, yeah.
That's a brain's backup. Yeah, no, you don't know.
So that been like my driving force to keep my mental health.
And I was doing meditation. Mm-hmm. It helped me. It helped me. And then I just got too busy. And then now when I try to sit down, my brain just will not quiet. So I know I got to start doing that again.
For sure, it's good. Yeah. One day at a time, like you said, start.
Yeah, start.
I meditated this morning. So what I was reading this book, and he was saying like, there was a brother up in there, his name Joe Dispenza. It's a white man. And he said, because that I know the way that my mind works and is so distracted sometimes, I put aside 2 hours to meditate. Wow. And he said, like, the first hour is really to quiet my mind.
I know that's right.
So, like, the first hour is really to quiet my mind. And then the next hour is to actually be inside of the meditation.
Yeah.
And so I did a meditation this morning from his book. The book is called Becoming Supernatural, but the specific meditation is called Blessing the Energy Centers. So we got these energy centers in our body, which are known as the chakras.
Okay.
Right? And so basically through that meditation, you're acknowledging all of those one by one and acknowledging each one of the areas that it governs or whatever, because they function as kind of like the brain of this area or the brain of that area.
And so, is that verbal, like you say it out loud, or you just mentally say, this is mine?
I think whichever
you
prefer. I said it mentally.
Yeah.
So I just acknowledging it mentally. And so, yeah, that meditation is dope to me. And today was one of those days because I was like, man, I got to keep practicing, because it's like, yeah, I do get distracted where my mind is gone. And today was one of those days where I kind of was really into it and was able to like just lose focus of everything that was outside of it.
That is a goddamn if that's not a good feeling. Like one time, because I did it, because I used to do it in the bed.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. Well, the bed ain't comfortable. That's why another reason why I got to get another bed. But I really had a vision. Like, I really saw stuff and it felt real.
Yeah.
And then I got scared and I snapped out of it. And so it spooked me. Actually, that might be when I stopped, actually. Because it was like, but I wasn't asleep, but I felt myself falling, like forward. It wasn't backwards, it was forward. And I was laying down. I said, I'm skipping the fucking ranges. Am I in the universe? So it scared me. But yeah, that
try it again, man.
Yeah, I should.
We got so sometimes we have different mental states. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have a place where we're scared, and then sometimes like we grow out of that and then forget that we was doing something that could have took us to a whole nother level on a spiritual realm, bro. Like, one of the things that I'm in tune with that a lot of people might be scared of is seeing people that I've loved or my relatives that has passed in my sleep. A lot of people scared of that. I embrace it, bro. Like, So I've seen my mom twice. I seen her like a week ago in my dream. I seen like a couple people that I've known here from Richmond that passed away in my dreams. Like not a couple, like at least 4 people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like people come to me in my dreams, and
so when you say that, you're saying that they really, so y'all talk. So I've had dreams of people from my past. Some not even dead. It's more of a scene though for me. Like I see them. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw my uncle hoeing, doing farming, not hoeing, but farming work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that. Okay. But I saw my uncle because that's what I saw him. I saw him, and I felt like we were in Louisiana. I only been to Louisiana when I was 1, so I know I don't know Louisiana. So I felt it was Louisiana, and I saw him, and he was just
doing what he
was doing, and I was like, man, you're happy or something. I said, but I don't think I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared.
See, and once you started
to embrace it, to me though,
if he'd have said something,
if he'd have turned to me and said, "Nigga, why did I tell you I'm scared?" I was like, "Oh, I'm scared now." So when these people come to you, what is it? It's just really just
we chopping it up like they never
really.
left. So most of them, yeah. So all right, boom. So when I seen my mom the other day, it was I had just had a conversation with my therapist the day before I went that night, right? And we was talking about. She told me, she said, you miss your mother and you miss the way that she showed up and the kind of love that she gave you, right? To the point where you're expecting for unconditional love to look the exact same way from other people, right? And that was something that I had to learn through therapy as well, is that unconditional love looks different from different people. And so from that conversation, when I had that dream, it was similar to the last time I seen her. The same thing we said was the same thing we said in the dream.
Oh, okay.
Was I love you and I love you too. But in this dream, I crawled in the bed and I laid on her lap and I started crying.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I needed that. So when I woke up, I was still crying, but it wasn't like a sad cry. It was a joyous cry that she came.
That's good though.
Appreciation.
Because that would set off your whole week as a good thing. So shit, yeah. Why would anybody be scared of that?
Right. And so yeah, whenever I have dreams about folks, we chilling. I be trying, because it's messages in each dream, but it's like sometimes I can't always get the dream. But I can't always get the message. But one time it was me and one of my partners. Right, we was sitting in the car in the dream. We was sitting in the car with each other, but he was in the car that we was in, but he was also in this other car that we was watching. In the car that we was watching that he was in, it turned down the street that wasn't really there in real life. And so I was just like, that's a message, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it means. Yeah, maybe it'll come, because you didn't forget it. Yeah. So it still has time to
Yeah. So maybe it'll come up.
Yeah.
But one of the things, though, is just like messages come from everywhere. So we just have to be aware of the things that we ask in prayer or in meditation. And then when we walking through life, we just got to be aware, because I've received messages from watching films. I'm like, oh, shit.
You have been watching the How Do You with the extraordinary guest, TJ Sykes, author, candy maker, mentor. Check him out, and we'll put some stuff on the top. And also, when you get a chance, go to Patreon, Peace.